When we first met, we were friends for a while, no? So it wasn't really romantic at the outset.
The father's this thing, but he's not there. तो सारा गुस्सा उसी पे आता है, mother पे. All frustrations would be like,
Why did you point to me?
ये ऐसे.
It's not going to happen to us, okay?
I was a bit flirtatious. Yeah.
Was no, I'm talking about this man.
Yeah, I have my daily practices also of practicing detachment.
How do you practice detachment, बापरे?
Not practice, I think.
वो भी daily practice करता है वैसा बोला उसने.
Daily practicing lack of attachment.
Fast and Furious में, was it you who did that accent, the Dubai wala?
Yeah.
No, I did the voiceover for him.
Yeah, because that just didn't sound like you.
मेरे दुबई वाले दोस्तों ने भी मुझे गाली दी है. They said, no, which part of Dubai, dude? That was totally fake. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Probably be concert dad or soccer dad or
Because I know, like, I would have.
lit fest dad.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome to AfterHours Season 4, powered by Pulse.
Hi, thank you for
Hi.
having us.
And Richa, Ali, Keshav and Preeti, welcome today. I have seen your film just last night.
Nice.
And it's brilliant. So congratulations on an amazing film, and to you for your
Thank you.
first production, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And how are you guys feeling? Let's ask them first after the release.
Very, very, very happy and grateful.
Yeah?
At least he's coherent about what he's feeling. I'm so numb right now. I think everything's gonna make sense after some time, but I'm at least certain that I'm very, very grateful for this.
Guys, the main producers, how are you guys feeling?
Happy. It's surreal that like something we worked so hard on is out there in the world. Look, देखिए उसको, and people are liking it. You also liked it.
I loved it.
It's really great, and great to speak to someone who's already seen it. But then there's more context, to talking.
Yeah.
But this has been a really big year for you guys. Like, I think just in general, with both your work, Richa, I cannot compliment you enough on Heeramandi.
Oh, thank you.
You know,
Yeah.
I actually sent someone we know a message and I said, can you please tell Richa that I love what she
Ahmed
did?
or Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would just.
So I was just,
Who
I
doesn't
was,
like hearing praise?
I was spellbound. I think that's the way to put it. I was
Thank
just
you.
spellbound by what you did. It was phenomenal.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
And I loved, Ali, you in Khufiya as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't this year. Like, yeah.
It wasn't this year,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like in the recent past, I think you've had some new very interesting projects that you're going to be a part of. So we're obviously very excited about that. But what's the experience like of like your first production? Because we discussed this when we met last.
Yes.
And now, it's come to life. How have the last few days been?
Amazing. Busy. Very busy. Which is why I think, her birthday was a nice, quiet, like we just
Slept.
tried to, relax a little. Even then there was like work calls and all coming. But just really happy that, it's out there and like, people are watching it. The reviews have been really good. I mean, all thanks to like these wonderful people.
Yeah.
And the director mostly, like, Shuchi Talati, who's written this. And we're just glad that we could champion the script all the way.
Could you believe it's their first film?
No, I
Both of them.
couldn't.
See?
I could not. For the life of me, I wouldn't have thought it's your first. It
so
was
sweet.
incredible. But when I was watching it, I almost relived my teenage, right? Like I
Yeah.
relived pretty much every part of like growing up. And I thought, I wanted to ask you guys, what was the first experience that you all went through individually when it came to like the first flush of love? that first sort of romance in school when you're just like, oh my God, this is really getting my pulse racing. Like, what was that like?
Yeah, when was that? Like,
A while ago, I would imagine, but
yeah, I mean, hell yeah. I think I remember it. Also, at that age, every time you fall for someone, it's the same.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cute.
oh, okay, yeah, shit, it's happening, letters, and of course, I think school we didn't have phones,
yeah.
No, we
so
didn't.
we weren't allowed. Also, I was in a boarding school,
Boarding
so
school में तो बिल्कुल नहीं.
it was strictly like.
How did you communicate with like
So there were like.
whoever you were at that point in time thinking
But
about?
there were like these spies, we used to call them, right?
Hmm.
Because they were like the girls who were masters' daughters, but they would be living on campus, but they would go to the join whatever the school, and so they would become the letter sort of
So did we send
bearers.
chittis?
Full on, yeah.
Cute.
The competitions. कि एक यहाँ से एक पेज भेजा तो वहां से 2 पेज आए तो
Ooh.
अब हो रहा है कि अरे यार तो फिर 3 पेज भेजे वो करते करते 40 तक पहुंच गया था और यहाँ मार्क्स नीचे जा रहे थे सो
आपके भी गए मार्क्स नीचे?
No, I
नहीं.
couldn't. I was
मूवी
like,
में तो गए.
movie mein, yeah, just one.
हाँ.
Someone had written that only a boy can bring you to the lowest point of life, 87 on 100.
Oh wow. Listen, if somebody's
hilarious.
lowest is 87, it's not a bad life.
Yeah, she's a straight A student. No,
Yeah.
that's the thing
Same.
about
High
this
five.
character.
Yeah. Yeah, 87 would make me feel really bad in school also. Like
Really?
I was that pathetic like kid who cried when they didn't get 100 in maths. It
Oh,
was
God.
quite sad.
Oh
yeah
wow!
but that was
No, I like
Maths,
this
I understand.
ambition. It's nice.
No, but it's sad because there'll always be a couple of people in the class who might just manage to get like 100, and if they're getting 100 and you're getting a 98, that pinches.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Do you remember
Wow.
your school life? Were you this ambitious of the 100 on 100?
No, no, but I always did well. Like, my grades were always good, so never any cause for alarm. But I never really tried. But I was mostly in the top 6 or maybe max 10 students.
That's a
of
sweet
class.
spot.
Yeah.
ये अच्छा भी हो रहा है पर मजे भी आ रहे हैं. वो I think 100 वालों को तो लाइफ में ही कोई मजे नहीं आते.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
oh, okay
You had
Depends
fun
on
while
the
getting 100.
subject.
Ali?
no I mean maths maths
same.
and physics was like a thing and then the rest I knew वो
So did
नहीं-
you get 100 then?
close to hundreds like but that time 100 wasn't like a thing and my closest friend was a topper Ankit so I was constantly in his house so we knew everything and I think we were a little thoda some masti khor people and I knew he's getting 100
You were
And I
in a
knew I'm-
noise all boys boarding school?
yeah but this is before boarding also I'm talking like yeah of course all boys even that was all boys so suddenly coming to Bombay was like a little bit of a cultural shock like, अच्छा
लड़कियां भी हैं.
लड़कियां भी है, लड़के से बात भी कर सकते हैं.
अरे
चिट्ठी नहीं
but
भेजनी
Bombay में तो
पड़ेगी.
धोखा हो जाता है ना 11th 12th is called college
Yeah,
Yeah,
junior
that's
college.
so you come
Yeah.
into actual college but you realize यहाँ तो college शुरू हो चुका है 2 साल पहले
हाँ, no one's wearing uniform.
मैं वहाँ prefect खेल रहा हूँ 12th में नॉर्थ में यहाँ पे ये लोग खेल रहे हैं
खेल
असली दुनिया में
Yeah.
है ना ऐसा मतलब jeans and loose
Yeah, nobody
baggy
wears
and
uniforms ना
Yeah.
यहाँ पे. in
11th and
Bombay.
12th, nobody wears uniforms.
Yeah.
But what was your experience like? Give me like a little bit of a peek into your teenage.
The mark side or the romance side?
अरे दोनों यार.
Oh.
No, so I have seen both the worlds where I was the topper of school and where I was failing in every subject. Because till 10th, I think it is. I believe it's just general knowledge. It's like common sense. You don't have to study to score well.
No, you're
9th
just smart.
standard के बच्चों से पूछ के देखो ये सवाल.
Yeah, but then 11th, 12th was just a complete switch, and I did science. So
Sad.
yeah, my 10th was very eventful because I was managing studies, and that was my first romance. So that was very special. It was a junior who hated me for some reason. And then I was a school captain, so I used to make my own rules that, I will be the one who's monitoring the 9th graders. And
my God.
I used
ये
to go,
मैरिड बेबी मूवी में यही किया है.
Manipulation है ये तो.
Astronomy के बहाने.
Ah, yeah.
and then मैं भी चिट्ठियाँ लिखता था because that specific person did not have a phone. So even I've gone through
Sweet.
the lettering.
I remember typing out and taking a printout and like very spy kind of sending it to my crush. so that they don't identify my
Handwriting.
handwriting, and this doesn't
Nice.
spread as a rumor. And yeah, and the person I confessed was my best friend. So I was sharing everything else, but when that feeling started trickling in, that oh no, maybe I have feelings for him, I was like, I need to go incognito now and send him this printout. Yeah.
That's so cute. I love how when we experience like our first love, we want to believe it's our last.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your
And
mind tells you it's your last also.
yeah. I think every time you fall in love, you want to believe it's your last.
Yeah.
Really?
No?
Yeah.
I would
For
think
love,
in general
yeah.
you would at least want that intention to.
I think human beings have the capacity to really love a lot, right? But at that point, you're like,
Yahi hai.
यही दुनिया है.
"Yahi duniya."
Yeah.
What is everyone's definition of love? What I mean, you
Oh,
of course
wow.
have been together for a while,
Yeah.
but how has that evolved over time?
Into a really comfortable space of companionship and respect.
Pulse to pulse.
Pulse to pulse.
Tagline.
Love it. Pulse to pulse. But like, what was it like when you first met each other versus now? When now you have a beautiful baby together. How has that
Yeah.
love evolved?
When we first met, we were friends for a while. No? So it wasn't really romantic at the outset.
Just take my permission through that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But ऐसे कोई तो moment होगा ना when you looked at Ali and you were like, you know, there's more. Or when Ali looked at you and he said, there's more.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that moment like?
Actually, the second time I met her, I thought she was just really smart.
That she is.
Yeah.
She knows everything about everything.
Yeah.
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 It's
Am
quite
I know it
phenomenal.
all.
Yeah. No, but I love this combination of smart and clumsy
Yeah.
at the same
Smart
time.
and clumsy.
Yeah.
Smart and clumsy is very like cute, but also like useful. to
Yeah.
have around.
It was just amazing. It's like, oh, okay, that's sudden goofiness happens
Yeah.
in the middle of this, this flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Flex?
oh, arey yaar, whatever. I mean, you were probably being natural,
Flex.
but like for me, it was like, oh, अच्छा, इतना भी ज़रूरत नहीं है बोलने
इतना
का.
भी smart होने की जरूरत.
I don't know what moment he's talking about at all.
The second time you guys met, whatever that was, he clearly thought you were very smart.
I don't know what you were talking about. I think some film or something.
It was on the sets of Ugri.
No, at the Excel office.
ये तो मुझे याद ही नहीं. Is that when you started doing pull-ups? Oh.
He was flexing, literally.
Oh, he was literally flexing and he thinks I was intellectually
अबे हो
flexing.
नहीं रही थी guys.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. We were all having lunch together, like the whole team.
No, but that wasn't the flex. That was just like me being me.
So Richa is saying very smart things, Ali is doing pull-ups, and that's how the
Just makes me
story
sound like Johnny
unfolds.
Bravo or something, no? Oh God.
No, it's just, it took a while, honestly, even after the filming. And
Yeah.
then
I
we
think
were
for the
hanging out.
First time I felt really, I never used to take myself seriously. I always thought that I'm a little less dumb.
No.
But then when somebody like that starts liking you,
yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, wait, I'm not that stupid, right?
It
Like,
reinstills
maybe I'm
confidence in your own self.
yeah. And
That's
it
so
gave me like
sweet.
a lot of whatever.
That's adorable.
When did I start liking you?
I don't know. It probably not came out of liking, just by you being you and being frank. And I think it just landed right on me.
Oh,
I was like, okay,
I'm
shit.
discovering things now.
Love it.
Today.
Anyway, over to you.
AfterHours exclusive.
I mean, honestly, I'd love to have something as beautiful as that. But for me right now, my definition of love.
आपका time आएगा.
जब आप producer बनोगे.
अपना number आएगा.
No, I think for me, my definition of love is my mom. And it's also a bit weird that whenever I am seeking any love from a person who's not from my family, I'm also kind of behaving with them as if they understand me like my mom. And I want them to understand me like my mom, which is a very non-judgmental, friendly and forgiving space. Like the way she has forgiven me and the way I've learned how to forgive her. That's a kind of bond I want. But I also realize that
It's not happening.
It's not happening. It's not happening. Mothers, you cannot.
I think it can.
No,
It
you
can.
can't.
Only when
Yeah.
No, don't send her out into the world expecting
that,
mummies
yeah.
out of
Mummies
every
out
boy.
there,
It's too much
yeah.
expecting also.
It's too much
One
expectation.
second, we boys go out doing that, the very
That's
same
also
I
wrong.
thing.
don't
It's
think
wrong
that
to
has made
expect that.
women across very happy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
is not. I agree, but
Yeah,
that's a
I
problem with
agree.
men.
Yeah.
We constantly look for that.
That's so true.
Mummies.
You know, एक inherent चीज है वो. It is
So
not
don't do
me
it.
or him or whatever. It's a boy issue. It's a man issue. It's a
इसका
male
फिर
issue.
समाधान क्या है? How do we solve for this?
People are people, yeah. Don't make mummy and daddy out of people.
No,
You
but it's
might
a loop,
find.
no? It's like a
How to break that
evolutionary
cycle?
thing.
Yeah.
Just get up in the morning, look into the mirror, and say it ends with us, and then go on a date.
वो फिल्म मतलब तुम recommend कर रही हो, वो तो कुछ और ही है उधर पे.
नहीं नहीं.
नहीं वो सिर्फ she's
Using the phrase.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know what the solution would be.
I think when parents like yourself would raise boys differently. When mothers raise boys differently, and they raise them to be independent
Yeah.
emotionally as opposed to enjoying the emotional dependence.
Yeah, for sure.
Because again, this is another thing I really liked about the movie, was talking about like validation or wanting to feel like, you know, you deserve the attention that you're getting or wanting attention, right? So similarly, I think if all of us individually became emotionally independent, then we won't need it from people around us, including our kids.
No, but you know, sometimes I feel that requires a balance from the two sides.
Oh, very true.
So because a baby, you know, they grow with imitation. It's projection, right? Projection. So when this disbalance happens, that's when idhar udhar ho jata hai. And usually in societies, it's the absentee father.
Yeah, very true.
You know, it's
Right.
the other side. It's the fathers that have to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
kind of.
फिर वो मम्मीज अपने वो मेल पार्टनर को जब बच्चे में ढूंढती हैं बेटे में तो फिर वहां पे
हाँ
वो
वही
pattern
है,
build
वो
हो
back
Ah,
and forth
any
ही
of
चल रहा
these
है.
things is a problem.
It's like in the film, na? He also has a very broken this thing. He finds comfort here, you know.
Comfort,
She's-
home, food.
Yeah, she in that one scene on the table with the father is, you know, I don't know if it's still there,
It
but
is, it is.
it's there, right?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, now I'm suddenly blanking, but like, is that the father's this thing, but he's not there, you know? तो सारा गुस्सा उसी पे आता है, mother पे. All frustrations would be like, you know,
Why did you point to me?
ये ऐसे.
It's not going to happen to us, okay?
No, never,
Back.
but I'm just saying, है ना?
Yeah.
अब इतना टाइम हमने बाय कर लिया तुम्हारे लिए. What is your idea of love?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Love is comfort for me.
तो भाई हाँ.
ये एक
Comfort.
वर्ड में ये brooding
हाँ.
young man of
No.
very few words.
नहीं, I'm honestly figuring it out myself. पहले मुझे लगता था it's the jitter feeling, you know, the butterflies. फिर मुझे लगता था सिर्फ दोस्ती है, but it's all wrong from whatever I'm figuring out. So I'm
प्यार
still figuring
दोस्ती
out.
है. Hmm.
Recently, I have really been wondering and questioning what my definition of love is.
What is it?
What is it?
I think I
Today.
have now come to realize that maybe I have never been in love.
What?
Oh.
अभी तुमने बोला each time you fall in love it kind
Correct.
of feels the.
So
So then वो इतनी सारी बात.
मैं आपको बताती हूँ. There's I think it's by John Elias where he says कि शायद मुझे कभी मोहब्बत नहीं हुई पर यकीन सबको दिलाता आ रहा हूँ मैं. I believe that if love truly is one after which you can never love again, फिर तो नहीं हुई मुझे.
No, I don't think that's
deep. Huh?
that-
That's very deep.
I think who you are, suppose who you are at 17 loves who someone is at 18 or 19, and then who you are at 35 loves somebody who's.
True.
So everyone changes, no?
Yeah.
It's like we are constantly changing, and then
I
But
think
all the poets talk about that one love, na?
I bet they didn't have
It
a
is in
single
that
love.
context, in that time, in that whatever, no?
Pending.
I think you don't want to accept a failed love as a love.
Very true.
To
Maybe.
keep a hope that
This is
नहीं,
my
love कुछ
coping
और better
mechanism.
चीज़ है. Yeah.
Delulu.
But a failed love gives rise
Is.
to lots of shairi.
I've had, yeah.
Sara failed love goes to shairi.
You've written when heartbroken.
अरे वो तो सब लिखते हैं.
कुछ सुनाइए.
हाँ हमें भी
उस
सुनाई.
लायक नहीं है, लेकिन लिखते जरूर है. है ना, ऐसे स्क्रिबल.
जैसे 40 पेज का लव का लेटर लिखा था वैसे थोड़ा शायरी भी लिख लो when heartbroken.
Better to
40
keep
पेज.
it to one word, na? Comfort. Then
40 पेज का कौन लिखा?
लिख चुके हैं भाई जमाने में.
Wow.
He was an intense lover.
I've always
40 पेज का he was thinking कि somebody publish this novella tomorrow, so I don't have to go through school.
yeah, but it is
But in teenage, like of course in girls will be girls, we see you experiencing your teenage and you experiencing your teenage very closely. Do you ever worry what you will be like as parents to a teenage daughter in today's day and age?
One doesn't know with like AI and so much screens and I mean अभी तो वो 5 महीने की है, so we don't think much along those lines, but I guess we will come to that point.
Do you worry about, like, you know, when you become parents, I hear people say that, you know, suddenly you remember all the stuff you've done, then you're like, damn, my kids are going to go through this as well.
Yeah.
but I'm trying not to. Like I like to not worry. I like to be at a place where I don't want to. But I'm
I mean,
hopeful.
We did what we did, but we turned out okay. I keep thinking,
No, I think like yeah, she's gonna turn out great. I think we just have
yeah.
to. It's all we can do. We can project the right environment out there. Hopefully.
What was all of your relationships like with your moms? You mentioned how love for you is you know, how you wish your relationship with your mom, you know, how that would be replicated.
Yeah.
Any like experiences that you just very distinctly remember when it comes to your moms, and what has that equation been like for each one of you? Because an important part of this film is the dynamic you share with your mom
Yeah.
and you with her mom.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk about our moms?
Each of your moms?
Yeah.
Oh God.
My personal relationship with my mom has been, yeah, there's a sense of I've taken her for granted, and then our fights are also never. It doesn't run days like unlike the father son, where it could go just days of not talking to each other. It's for the pettiest of petty issues, and then yeah, and then it's just one night of 15 minutes. I just have to massage her feet, and she'll be happy. All the fights are made up.
Low maintenance mom.
Yeah, very much. And the other way is she can just make me coffee and I'll be happy. So
low maintenance son also.
yeah,
Not bad.
Cute.
Works.
Yeah.
Don't hold on to
yeah.
grudges.
What about you?
So in my family we are 3 women, 1 man. My dad's the what is it, lone soldier or something?
Yeah.
And
Lone wolf.
Lone wolf. And my mom, my sister, and I were like we almost interchange as sisters, and we like to pet our moms. Mom saying that you're our younger sister amidst all of us. And what I really love about her and what's really beautiful about her is that she's always growing and always changing. She's probably the most open-minded person in my family because the kind of generation she grew in and the kind of upbringing she had, to coming to a bigger city once she got married and learning everything about the big city and also raising her own kids at that time. And now at this age, people also often tend to get very rigid about what they have grown in, but she's so open. And I think it also comes from her experience of being a teacher, which she's always worked with students of changing times. So it also contributes to her mentality. And she's such a wonderful person. In fact, right before this interview, I met her after a long time, and I just hugged her and I cried. So yeah.
She's so cute, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's cute.
She gave us a nice little gift
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. What about you guys?
My, wanna go first?
I mean, I've had like interesting childhood. Yeah, she's given me everything that I know.
Is
Everything
there
I mean, all my creative juices now, I've realized have come from
So mother.
the mad world of my.
Can there be a
Mother.
good mama's boy also? To the girls?
Yeah, of course.
Can be, right?
Huh.
But when a woman says mama's boy, she's just calling you a man child
Mm.
and also saying your mom has spoiled you.
Yeah.
But you can change that. You can start doing
But
your
why
own
is that
thing.
man child is it like a negative thing? No?
Yeah,
Why?
it
Yeah,
is. I'll tell you why. Because it's like
Own up.
by regressing into as a childhood role, you force everyone else to grow up and be like more responsible.
Mm.
Like you have to go somewhere. Suppose you have to take a flight and you can't find your passport. Suppose
Yeah.
that is a man-child
Has
thing.
this happened?
No.
He laughed
Oh,
like
with
it
me?
hasn't. The cough made me
Saturday
very
morning.
suspicious.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
he is
my
very
stuff is
particular
like-
about.
Yeah. In fact, I found my passport in my bag today after landing in Delhi, and you don't need passports to travel within. So, why is it here? Acha.
You're doubling down only on on being the man child, taking
Yeah.
extra care.
Yeah.
Extra care I do. Yeah, I have to.
My relationship with my mom and I have a lovely relationship actually. It's very frank, it's very practical, and it's very loving. So, and she's also very open minded, maybe it comes from being a teacher. And she is extremely mature and very spiritual and kind of very free from any kind of malignant feeling for anyone. You know?
Yeah.
She doesn't have any malice for anybody. She'll be like, oh, acha, he must have said it with that intent. So sometimes you want to protect her a little bit.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fewer really good people. The ones
Yeah.
who want to believe the world is a very kind place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's honestly a very mature thinking that you. I mean, I know and I understand why you want to protect her, but if I have to learn that thing from her, I would have very less hate for anyone.
100%. No, I know. But
Dunya
you
to
start
zalim
to
hai.
wonder. You start to think. Actually, you start to think because when I got out of my house, I was also like that. And then life changed me. Life happened, and then I was no longer so gullible. In that way, I mean.
Would you want to raise your daughter believing that the world is a very kind place?
I would like for her to believe
But
that
not delusional.
the world is kind and the world is cruel because both these realities coexist at any point.
Yeah, both these polarities exist.
Yeah, at any point. At any point, there are people who are super, super kind, and at any point, they're complete psychopaths who will go out of their way to ruin someone else. You
It's
know?
the basic dual nature of
Yeah.
nature, existence,
So
right? The universe.
truthful, honest rearing of children.
Yeah.
How do you think Ali will be as the dad of a teenage daughter?
Mm.
So you were
I think
excited.
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably be concert dad or soccer dad or
Because I know, like, I would have.
lit fest dad. I don't know.
उधर नहीं जा सकते. हाँ.
क्या?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
we,
इधर
have
नहीं
to,
जा सकते.
we have to talk about this now. I'm sorry, I can't give it a
You
miss.
walked into it.
Yeah.
इधर नहीं जा सकते
Now
भाई.
make up something on the spot.
No. I think okay. I trust my brain. My environment that I know and the way I see it.
Yeah.
Growing and evolving into that in the next 5 years or 10 years or whatever. I know where I'm headed. I don't know about work-wise, or I don't know about the things around me. So where I see that near future, and I see myself very detached from what I am today, in a good way. So I know I will not be hope to at least not
Controlling
be a
dad.
controlling, like, anxious father.
Yeah.
Even though the world right now that is out there is scary. But I like to think it, she will be prepared, very well prepared, I think. Yeah. So.
It would be nice to actually see, because I see both of you as people who are equal parts art and equal parts like smarts. Let's put it like that.
Oh, really? That's a good compliment.
So I think that would be interesting to kind of.
Can I do some
That would be-
pull-ups now?
And muscle. We'll give it to you, yeah.
Smart,
Take the
art
muscle.
and
Yeah.
pull-ups.
You know, there's a part where you say in the movie, you're talking about the tells of, the characters, right? And one thing that you mention is the need for attention, right? We all thrive in attention to a certain extent, and then maybe when it gets too much, it can be overwhelming. When in your respective lives have you felt like you really needed it and not gotten it?
Oh
Oh.
my God. Why did you ask that?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I watched
Forcing
the
us
film.
to
I'm
think.
sorry. I'm going to ask
That is
questions.
a
Yeah.
good question.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I have an answer. It's during my 11th and 12th when I came back to Mumbai after my Malaysia, my secondary education, because there was sports, there were so many things in our school there, and then I came back here. It's just academics. There was no drama. There was no opportunity to do anything else other than academics, and that felt so suffocated. And I was just doing so horrible in studies. Um, and yeah, I just felt for the first time in my life that I'm just watching people around me do things and I'm just there, like those 2 years of some existential crisis or something. So that time I really
But then that
wanted
time you wanted attention from parents, friends, who?
from the world around me.
Anyone who would understand now.
Yeah, कि यार मैं कुछ हूँ.
पर ये स्कूल के बच्चों को तो बहुत लगता है टाइम टाइम पे, because they're experiencing so many hormonal changes, like especially in teenage, looking your best or feeling your best. And I think that's why everybody does like
The things they
sometimes some
do.
things to kind of get that attention, because how else you going to just feel validated and loved? You're going to seek it outside. What about you?
I don't think I've ever had a point in my life where I felt like I needed attention because I was always there.
Let's give Preeti's mom an award. Yes.
Preeti's
Let's
mom
just-
is lovely. We
Yeah.
just met her.
You can tell.
She's quite
The way
lovely.
she's talking, abhi jaake de dete award.
No, I'm actually talking about my whole family. I've never
Yeah.
felt like sidelined or neglected. I've always been their concern. And I honestly feel like I should have had less of attention at some points, if you get what I'm saying. And I think the only it's on me now, like how I route my own attention. I think I've neglected my attention to things, attention to my own self, and I've always relied on external attention. So
बहुत बढ़िया प्रोफेशन चूज किया है आपने.
हाँ.
what is that yapping?
नहीं,
acting
external
is-
attention
yeah.
is
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always gotten that support from security from my parents, my peers. I think I've kind of not developed my own system yet. But I'll also
very young.
I'm very young. I'm happy that I know this thing about myself, and I'll be kind to myself and work on it. But I think I should really tap into less attention.
Young and self-aware is a very rare combination.
Yeah, it's very
Good
rare.
for you.
I guess so.
And again, award to your mom.
Yes.
Yeah. The greatest sigh, Ali, came from you. So now clearly you've thought of this for some
We
time.
gave you so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember, like, I used to do a lot of things, and I know this is throughout my childhood. I've done this to get attention from both my parents. But I remember this one time I got into a fight, and I was bleeding, and इधर से यहाँ खरोच ये वो whatever. Somehow I ran. I knew मतलब it will go get worse. Ran, reached home, and I didn't wash my face. And very deliberately I just stood there, and I was hoping that somebody will see me. That's it, and take care and do that.
What is the thing that you've done to get female attention?
Oh, everything.
Pull-ups. Pull-ups. Outside of pull-ups.
It could be anything actually. Pull-ups or like, oh, do you have a lemon wedge to go with this Coke? Okay.
Why did I do that?
I mean, it can be something small and cute also. Like, achar hai kya?
I don't know. I'm sure I've done. I was a bit flirtatious.
Was no, I'm talking about this morning.
I
I'm
am.
kidding.
I think it's cool to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a lover of people, much less he interested in people, I would say.
I love people. I love everybody.
Lemon wedge, achar. Small things.
Somehow, air hostesses are only coming into my mind, but I bet it's like,
Oh God. Yeah, because I keep getting those notes all the time.
thank you for flying with us.
Yeah, and you know,
Thank you for flying with us, Ali. You're so sweet.
yeah, all those. They write these long things.
Love
you know,
you.
Aw, that's so
every
cute.
time. It's very sweet. I'm sure all actors get that.
You're very kind.
Actors get it, even female ones. I'm just saying.
I didn't get anything in the flight today.
अभी
अभी
तुम्हें
आप पहुंचे नहीं
दो
उधर,
दो
दोस्त।
फिल्में लगेंगी.
दो फिल्में लगी
हाँ, दो.
ठीक है दूसरे के बाद फ्लाई करता
दूसरे की शूटिंग के लिए गाड़ी में जाना. Richa, what about you? What is the thing that you've done for attention?
I don't know what.
Or when did you
yeah.
feel like you needed it?
I got into a lot of fights as a kid, like between the ages of, I would say, 4 and like 9 or 10, maybe. Lots of physical fights because I grew up in a house with 4 brothers. So when my younger brother was born, I think I remember that I suddenly became like the elder kid. So I think like mere baal vaat kaat ke boycott kara ke they were like jao khelo, and then there was just boys and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be tough like you all. And then I think that's the only thing I did for attention. But I don't think people could quite place. Even now, like अभी मुझे लग रहा है कि ऐसा तब इसलिए किया होगा. But at that time, it didn't seem very odd that I was a little feisty or confident or bullyish. Yeah.
He's still a flirt, you're still feisty. It's a good combination to have.
And feisty.
Charming and like
Feisty and
feisty.
flirty.
It's a great combination
feisty
to
and
have.
flirty.
Yeah.
We should do a rap song with that.
Oh, yeah, feisty and flirty.
What is wrong with you?
Let's get dirty.
Bas.
Okay, sorry.
But मुझे एक बात बताओ कि अभी जब इतना अटेंशन मिलता है, फ्लाइट्स तो चलो नोट्स असाइड, है ना? Let's say what you got post Heeramandi. Does that overwhelm one? Does that make you feel good? Like, oh, I was working for this and I'm finally getting it, or I've enjoyed this in spurts and then it's nice to be off work also. How does one play around with that to maintain one's sanity?
It's nice to be away from work also and get a break. Nothing wrong with that. And I don't think that we now get very taken by appreciation or even extreme criticism for any work that we do. Extreme criticism होता भी नहीं है वैसे. But I'm saying बहुत ज़्यादा adulation also. I've learned to be quite detached from it. Not take it too seriously or too personally because it can change any moment.
Are you guys learning that? To keep that in mind? That it's always going to be peak and trough?
They've had a whole year of reviews, you know, coming their way.
So many festivals.
Yeah.
but also 2 years since shooting time, right? And I think we always have this conversation sometimes over calls wherever part of the world we are.
Mango?
Sorry. But about this thing that there's a lot of attention and then there is nothing for a lot of months. So I think at least I can speak for myself. I have been detached. I think I know it's very temporary.
You'll have to work till you get the notes in the.
Yeah.
And then maybe sometimes you won't get the notes.
But
that's
that
also okay.
shouldn't also be the goal.
Man, that's not the goal.
And
Yeah.
I have my daily practices also that of practicing detachment. And
But you know,
How
that
do you
should not be the
practice
goal.
detachment, बापरे?
not practice, I think.
वो भी daily practice करता है वैसा बोल
Daily
रहे हैं.
practicing lack
नहीं,
of attachment. I want to know this. Sorry.
Yeah,
I really have to
let's.
know.
Even I want
But
to
he
know
does
this.
meditate.
Meditation is one. I mean, through personal, but I also Gita. I make sure every day I read 2 verses, and I think I take away a lot from it.
Okay.
Such good kids.
I swear.
Well picked.
Little too serious and mature.
Yeah, very mature for your age.
That's
Yeah.
the
Amazing.
line of the film.
Oh yeah. Yes.
He's very
the mummy
mature for
the
his
mummy you
age.
impressed. Very mature for your age. Did you guys ever tell your parents when you first started dating someone? No?
No.
The best mom was also not someone you could confide in.
Our mom is a mom. at
Yeah.
the end of the
Yeah,
day.
that's true.
Oh, I did actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I did, but I wasn't dating anybody.
So what did you tell her?
Crush.
No, I just wanted to see a reaction.
So
And what did you get?
मतलब कुछ ऐसा mixed आया था. After that, I never told them. Then they just found out.
What about you?
I figured my teacher is going to tell my mom the next day at the PTM. So before that, the night before, I just
Prepare कर
casually
दिया.
told her.
तुम हो ना ऐसे, तुम हो manipulate. कुछ थोड़ा है. Preempting. Not sorry.
हाँ.
Manipulator is a negative
Yeah.
word.
Like
Preempting.
कभी-कभी वहाँ भी गया हूँ शायद, but yeah. But not with negative intentions.
Yeah. With all positive intentions. But even in the film, he's a kid at the end of the day,
figuring
right?
out
Like,
things, yeah.
what would you wanna? I don't know.
He just wants to spend time with the girl.
Yeah, do everything you can to get
Do
like
what it takes.
just
Yeah.
want strawberry milkshake.
strawberry
Chai.
milkshake.
Chai.
Yeah, so I told my mom then. But then she was very cool. Lekin during the fights time, she used to put that thing ahead. She used to put all the blame on dating. So then I figured it's better not to tell her.
साइंस स्टूडेंट बन के मतलब फिर डेटिंग की तो स्कोप थोड़ी
कम हो जाती
लगेगी
है.
पेरेंट्स
Yeah.
को.
हाँ.
कम नहीं
फिजिक्स
होती.
केमिस्ट्री मैथ साथ में
Parents
पढ़ना पड़े तो
Yeah.
होएगा.
एक mark भी नीचे आएगा. Did you? No?
No,
You took science?
no.
No, she just didn't tell her mom about her
Yeah, I didn't tell my mom. I'm not stupid. I'm sure she figured out because she was also teaching in a college and that same young adult situation. But yeah, I never like really told her. But also I didn't define it. If I wanted somebody to come over, I'd be like, "Mera friend khana khane aa raha hai."
Did you?
it was a family friend, so I think it was just like known-ish.
So people knew.
Oh, that's
Yeah, वो तो
ये
क्या ही
अब ये
था यार.
दोस्ती रिश्तेदारी में बदल दो टाइप.
नहीं वो तो
Has that ever happened?
no, thankfully not yet. But yeah. But no, I always wonder that when you're a kid, you always want your parents to be empathetic. But then as you grow older and you see kids around you, then you're like, man, I understand my parents better now. I see my younger cousins and I feel like, ये बच्चे ये कहाँ जा रही है ये generation, ये इनके पास phone क्यों है? And then I'm like, damn, how our parents adapted to technology must have been quite challenging.
But this is different. I mean, it's always different. But can you imagine, Abhi, we are just dealing with phones. In another 5 years, it could be VR.
Yeah.
And people not being able to actually look at each other in the eyes and read facial cues or.
No, but there's a distant cousin of mine. I just randomly saw it was all about reels and like 20 filters and वो मतलब that's was her life. ये कहाँ जा ये कुछ
The
और
sale of beauty products, the beauty
Insane,
industry has
insane.
grown tremendously since social media has,
Yeah.
come into play.
So like apparently phone calls are not a cool thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Right?
just
It's
text.
not. You just text.
but it's also like so this connection with so many people at once, it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like how is it possible that there are like 100 chats, or I'm probably like, if in real life I have to talk to all,
It's like you're orchestrating,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And we're putting very unnecessary, like a lot of unnecessary pressure on our mind to multitask like that.
Too
Yeah.
much. It's too much.
It's like that message you read but you couldn't reply to, and then you keep thinking, अरे उसको जवाब देना है. At any point in time, there are 5 such things. See, you just remembered 3, you have to reply.
I've probably written also and forgotten to send.
Or
Yeah,
I
that
have-
has happened with me.
Because my postpartum brain just replied in my head, हाँ सब ठीक है, and then just moved on. It happens.
But like I know young girls who are now going to school, like they're icing their face before going to school. And I'm just like, but you're like 7. But it's a thing. It's a thing to be like, get ready with me and I'm putting lip balm. Like 8-year-olds with parenting, like the parents managing the social media accounts are like becoming like reelers and TikTokers. It's scary. And like just crazy beauty standards.
Yeah.
Crazy beauty standards.
Very uniform beauty standards also. Like nobody has the space. I mean, no shade, but when I look at pageants, I feel like everyone from every country is looking the same.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I have a huge problem with pageants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they stand for the right thing.
Yeah.
It's all gone wrong.
Yeah.
मतलब वो तो कुछ और ही
I mean, the
चल रहा है.
only thing you should
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate from pageants is that all of them were very intelligent in that they wanted the most lofty goal, which was world peace. And that's it. They were prescient.
But how are they getting the world to be peaceful?
I don't know.
No, I
It's
think
competitive.
as you grow, you realize that's the real goal.
Yeah.
है ना?
True.
कितना भी आप कुछ भी कर लो, become vocal and all, they're already saying world peace. World peace. Everyone wants world peace.
वो वहीं पहुंच गए already.
हाँ, हाँ.
They have reached the end.
Yeah.
Might be the new thing. No? This might be the new thing. No?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a bit scary. Technology today is. We haven't even gotten started on AI. वो होगा तो how relationships will change.
अभी तो इतनी like videos, of course, bad AI generated of like people
Fake.
doing things. मतलब people are literally sitting together. Let's say you guys are doing this interview, तो कोई बना सकता है that you're actually like kissing on this couch.
It's
3
possible.
seconds ऐसे कुछ नहीं लगेगा उसमें. And ऐसे इतना कुछ viral चला गया है. I'm just like क्या चल रहा है इंटरनेट की
हाँ.
दुनिया में?
बहुत ज्यादा हो गया.
इतना हो गया कि अब तो लगता है कि there used to be a time where like our Facebook accounts or our Instagram accounts used to be private in a sense that my pictures shouldn't be manipulated. But now I feel like it can be manipulated regardless.
हाँ.
So I feel like I mean now
memes बन रही हैं वहाँ कुछ भी हो
कुछ
सकता
भी
है.
हो सकता है. Now I think the sense will all the sensibilities lies with us. Like it's your responsibility to get
Protect
an information and check with that whether that information that
Is
I'm receiving
accurate
is
or
truth or not. Yeah,
But it'll be difficult.
it'll be difficult.
What's the funniest meme you've seen about yourselves? Yours, so the Heeramandi chakkars like went crazy viral on the internet.
But not in a like happy
no,
way.
in the very like dancing to the tunes of a boy kind
Oh
of.
yeah, and also one more one I found very funny was me after a weekend raging weekend binge drinking on a Monday morning when she cries and dances. I thought that was hilarious. Imagine.
Funniest meme, Ali.
अरे something's been
जो
done
अभी
here
चल रहा है
like
ना?
that.
The accent.
English accent and then Hindi.
Ah,
Mirzapur वाला.
ये तो सिर्फ आप इसके victim नहीं हो, ये तो बहुतों के साथ हुआ है. There's a whole thing where I don't know if you guys know King, this rapper
Yeah.
who went to Cannes, and over there, matlab, he of course had. There's one thing called an accent, and there's one thing called like an intensely strong accent. So he had this intensely strong accent, and then he came back and
I
he said,
remember I remember seeing
Then
this.
he's like,
This is
How have you
hilarious.
seen it? I want to see it.
Yeah, do,
you know,
do,
the
do,
thing
do.
is, it was this strong because the people I was talking to were French, so they don't even understand English.
तो उसको double down.
Communicate in like twice the accent, which I thought was very unique.
I
Very
thought
unique
it's- I
perspective.
think it's really
It was
funny when you
twice
try
the
it.
French accent or
No, twice the English accent for the
Yeah,
French
like
to
American
understand.
accent.
Yeah,
Something in the universe of accents, it existed.
but I think that happens when we like I don't know when you're in another country and you're hearing them constantly.
You
I guess you want to be
आ जाता
understood.
है.
You want to be understood. Yeah.
मतलब when I was in London, I was living there for 5 years, so I would not speak in an accent to my friends who were Hindi speaking.
Yeah.
But like if you were ordering a coffee at Starbucks, also my English, I
Yeah,
have to admit, was very mildly accented.
Yeah.
It existed.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But the funny part is जब 2 महीने में आ जाते हैं. You know, like spent 2 weeks in the summer and got an accent. That never left for 2 years. वो वाला.
But as actors, you tend to catch these things quite quick, no? Yeah, I mean,
I also like, na?
Yeah.
Like, kind of catching that intonation and sometimes talking in that.
some
Also doing like projects abroad, it would be hard to not. Little bit. For it to rub off on you, it does.
I have a question. I'm so
बताओ.
sorry. Fast and Furious में was it you who did that accent, the Dubai wala?
Yeah.
No, I did the voiceover for him.
No, because that just didn't sound like you somehow.
It's me only, yeah.
Wow.
मतलब
That's the
कोई
worst
और डब
ना.
करेगा मुझे.
That is
इतना
the
अच्छा
worst.
किया कि लगा ही नहीं आपने.
नहीं था, मेरे दुबई वाले दोस्तों ने भी मुझे गाली दी है. He said, no, which part of Dubai, dude? That was totally fake. I'm like, dude, shut up. Whatever.
No, but I'll tell you something from our set. So Jui, she was also learning how to
Jui is our DOP.
Yeah.
DOP. So she's a sport. So she was learning how to say, like, communicate for the lensing in Hindi. Like, give me a pachasi, give me a, I think we should do pachas. But then also I remember, because we're all, like, as an actor and a cinematographer are always together on set. I remember because I was hearing her so much, and she has a very unique way of communicating to people. She's very energetic. I remember I was in my room speaking like her. I was speaking in Jui's accent.
She has a very distinct.
Yeah,
She does, yeah.
This is kind of like surfer
Yeah,
meets, I don't know,
Now she's like
Ex-New
spending so
York.
much time in India.
yeah.
right?
Makes sense. Ex-New Year.
It's
That's
like
actually bang on.
could-
She was on the West Coast in AFI,
Oh, I don't-
and then East Coast New York. So
Oh,
it's, that's why.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Got
didn't
it
know that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she could just break into a coffee, but then she's also like a little
Yeah.
not there. But yeah,
But also at the end of the day, I think it's just imitating something you're impressed with, or
Yeah,
something that you look
true.
up to
That's true.
secretly. Maybe
I don't know. So I think sometimes it's just wanting to belong. If you go on a long, like if you're living 40, 45 days somewhere, even on a holiday, you'd be like, you try and fit
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
and wanting to understand, like you said.
Yeah.
Guys, we've had a tremendous year. We're closing the year now. What are we looking forward to in 2025?
I mean, in terms of cinema,
Everything. Life.
large one.
Life में तो cinema एक part है ना. Life तो is larger.
Yeah,
Like
you
good
can
habits, good travel.
travel, holidays,
Yeah.
holidays. Yeah,
Where
more
would you
time
like
for
to go?
holidays. I don't know. Maybe like Turkey or Morocco, or
Turkey, yeah, why not?
right, or somewhere. We don't take holidays. We've really like now realizing that it's really
Been
important.
working too hard.
Yeah.
I think so.
There's
Like,
a certain speed attached to living in Bombay.
yeah.
You realize only after you slow down a little bit, or if nature slows you down. But with pregnancy or with the baby, suddenly you're in a bubble, and then you're like, zzz, you need a minute to stop, like spinning like a lattu.
Yeah.
So yeah, holidays for sure. And I have lots of like creative ambition.
And lots of opportunities for making new films.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What kind of cinema would you like to be associated with as producers?
Anything that's anything where art meets like commerce. Yeah. I feel like it has to be sustainable. We are only sitting here talking because the film is able to get a release.
Yeah. Fair.
Or if it had come to theaters, it would have done a certain number, or at least, released. But if it's releasing, then we are at the point of conversation. Otherwise, you're like, abhi aayegi, aayegi.
What about you guys? What kind of movies are you really wanting to kind of associate with?
Yeah.
I'm a bit certain about the kind of films I don't want to associate
What
with.
are those?
I'm not a big fan of
Pushpa 2.
no, not that, honestly. I feel like as long as films are giving an emotional relief to people, that they should exist. But I don't think people should manipulate films to for propaganda. I don't endorse that. I don't think that's right. You're also kind of ill-treating your audience in a way, spoon-feeding them with that. I feel like films should trust their audiences and let them take their call.
Very fair.
So yeah, I don't want to be associated with.
Would you be a Preeti in Kabir Singh?
No. But again, I mean, I don't want to judge anyone for their choices.
No, we don't. I'm just curious.
Yeah, but no, I would not be.
Would you be a Kabir Singh?
Yeah, I think so. No, I auditioned for Kabir Singh. But I didn't audition. Sorry. My friend was, I think, doing some background or something. So he said, we need footballers. So football khelte hue video bhejo. And then I sent a video of me playing football. And then they said, ठीक है, आ जाना. There's this football scene, right? So they said, you all just have to play football with Shahid Kapoor will come and play football with you. And I thought, okay, cool. They got my jersey and all, but we had no idea about the film or anything or such. But then my board exam was scheduled on that very day of shooting chemistry. So
The
that
exams go hand in hand with the shootings.
इसमें भी हुआ?
हाँ. He had to.
I missed the rap party because I had my exam.
Yeah, he just finished his shoot and he went straight and wrote an exam. Yeah.
But I don't want to take the films I do very very personally. बहुत ज़्यादा careful होके choose ऐसा टाइप नहीं करना मुझे. I want like right now I want to allow myself to experiment with things with different type of directors. Yeah,
Very fair.
Why not?
Why not?
In the beginning, if you don't experiment, then you may never.
What was your best experiment that paid off? Like risky, but wow, did well. Arey, outside of this,
Oh,
ये तो of course.
outside of this?
Interesting.
Like what?
कान में बता दो.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I want to know. I really want to know what was it for you.
I think for me, all my parts have been pretty risky, you know. Gangs.
I think Gangs
Gangs.
was a
Oh, the movie that we did.
Yeah. What were you
Acha, acha, acha.
thinking?
Movies that you may have done that proved to be not so risky in retrospect, but that time it was matlab a risk that paid off.
yeah.
I would say even Heeramandi was a risk because everyone was like, oh, it's the smallest part. But I chose that part to just leave with a good impact.
I think it was one of the most impactful parts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was disheartened when
Yeah.
your character died.
I mean, I wanted that impact. So thank you.
Yeah. Mission accomplished.
See, it's a
But damn.
calculated risk because people can write anything. Even Bholi is a risk actually because women don't do those
Parts.
So
Yeah,
iconic.
you don't open with like med. I mean, not like think about it 10 years ago.
Yeah. Fair.
Crazy. So
But I
I owe my career to risks.
But
That's
with
why-
Gangs, like the aging in Gangs, that
Yeah,
was
that
a
was a
risky
huge
part.
That was,
risk.
yeah.
What, like, iconic.
Yeah. But then author backed role, no? Amazingly written, lots of like things to play with.
The mehndi hair.
That's done in post.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
didn't realize.
No, they tried to do some prosthetic, but then फिर time नहीं मिलता था, so they were like underneath the prosthetic, it's very taut the skin, so we are gonna do something. So they gave like raccoon type dark circles and mehndi.
Yeah.
The hair was just distinctly orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I actually do get to be that age now, even if I want, that orange won't happen. So it's definitely CGI as they would.
How cool.
Haan,
That's a
I
nice
know.
trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't remember this, but now I remember that she's making us think a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy to contribute in whatever way possible. What about you, Ali? A risk that paid off.
Mirzapur, I mean, the biggest risk,
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah, nobody was making anything like that. I was
Yeah.
told so many times like not to do it.
Shweta has lovely things to say about you because when we did a podcast with her, she was all praises, not just for you, but the both of you.
Really?
And she said that you were incredibly kind to her in Masan. And she said that you were very helpful and, you know, like a really, really good sort of shoulder to have. So she praised the both of you
Sweet.
pretty endlessly.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Yeah, she is very sweet.
Yeah, so
She's very
She's
sweet.
like that person, at least when I met her. It's like she enters a room really wanting to induce warmth.
yeah.
Yeah,
She has an
She is
infectious
that
energy.
person.
Yeah.
Like she'll walk in with a flower and just be like all heart.
Like both. I mean, Shweta, Cheetah now, they are like,
Yeah. What a beautiful.
Yeah, we met them.
I love them.
For the, I think first time. Yeah, just few days back at the
That's the
screening.
first time you guys met.
Yeah. The energy was so cool.
Like,
And it's just the same how they're on their social media. They're very honest and playful and they're just like that.
Yeah, she is. I really enjoyed chatting
Talking
with
to
her. Yeah. Of course, we spoke extensively about Mirzapur and Golu and the impact that Golu has had. And of course, I love that show. Incredible. I think you guys have collectively done some really, really iconic work.
Yeah.
It's commendable.
Now that you say it.
Yeah, she's making
और
you
करना है
think.
अभी
हाँ,
बहुत
but
है,
I'm
अभी कुछ
saying
नहीं है.
अगर अपना add करो तो you know some of those really legendary cult
Yeah.
movies or shows that will be remembered. I think you've both kind of done that. It's really amazing. Good for you. Well done on
Well,
everything
this-
that you both have accomplished. Okay,
Thank
quick last roundup.
Okay.
It's been a long day, so we won't keep you any longer. How do
What
We-
time do you go to bed?
well on an ordinary day 10 p.m.
Really?
Flat out,
That's why I was like,
Wow.
Right,
Yeah.
little bit.
You have
Can't
10
get
minutes.
over it, man.
I have 10 minutes. I'll pass out here.
His
Yeah,
daughter's
like,
cousin's
answer, guys.
sister in Dubai.
Yeah.
He's saying, yeah, you remind.
I can't get over it. Yeah. In all the best
In the
ways.
nice ways?
Nicest.
Perfect.
Nicest way. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so how are we going to unwind after hours? Not just today, but in general. How does everyone unwind after hours? What do we do to relax?
But it's-
Butter chicken.
no, only because we're in Delhi. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
I mean, I don't have much experience unwinding with my baby yet because she's asleep. But I would say I spent time with my cats and bought something totally silly.
Reality TV?
No, never.
Never silly enough. That's too silly.
That's just dross. I mean, like, I would watch like The Office or Modern Family.
Yeah.
Sometimes he and we watch Friends after a very intense day.
Always amazing.
I've recently gotten addicted to this game on my phone. It's just really bad. I'm really desperately trying to like.
What is
uh,
it?
Because you're not
Stupid.
unwinding with that.
No,
game.
like last 2 months back, I was really doing a great job, like just unwinding and like doing my thing and meditating, lying down, blah blah. Suddenly, last 2 months, I'm finding myself like,
Oh, you're becoming us.
Addicted.
and
Becoming one of
I can
us.
see myself from outside, like this
Little bit
zombie.
counterproductive.
It's totally
Yeah.
counterproductive. I'm having a hard
नींद उड़
time.
जाती है.
हाँ.
I'm having a very hard time actually with it.
So your
Reading
sleep at
always puts me
10
to sleep.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
10 to 6.
10 to
10
8 hours,
p.m.
wow.
sleep, 6 a.m. up.
Yeah, that's only
Wonderful,
sleep
yeah.
pattern. Oh, yours. Oh, sorry, that's her daughter's sleep pattern.
Yeah. I follow it. Yeah, that's the sleep pattern.
That's why you have baby soft skin.
Just Punjabi genes also. But yeah, I am unproductive when I'm underslept or when I've slept late. I don't know. I don't function as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. On less sleep, I don't function. I
Yeah.
need my 8. Like
It's a very
9
good
hours.
thing.
How are you functioning today?
Today is all wrong. 2 hours, 2 hours, 4.5 hours, 2 hours,
1 hour.
1 hour.
Oh, wow.
I can feel
One
this.
and a half. I can't
kidney
sleep
Oh my
if
God.
there's
And
an
that's
early
throbbing,
flight.
no?
I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god, I'll
same.
miss the alarm.
That's why I only take like day flights internationally. Also, if I can avoid like an early morning flight or a late night flight because मुझे flight में भी नींद नहीं आती.
Shoots?
I don't do too many.
But you'll have them like this.
Nah.
Yeah. So,
This is the latest. Otherwise, we wrap up by 7 p.m.
Sorry.
Not at all. It's all
she's
mine.
10. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
What about you guys? Quickly, how do we unwind after?
Oh my god, you just put me in a visual of me getting into my room and just lousily putting my hand inside my shirt and standing in front of the mirror. And then having this whole preparation. I just get myself excited that I'm going to go take a bath. And that's also making me realize that how privileged I am to be able to open a shower and stand under it and just unwind like that. Yeah.
Very sweet you are. So self-aware,
There's a
so
hot- there's a
sweet.
tub
A hot
waiting
shower
today.
and
There's a tub
everything.
waiting today.
What about you?
If I'm not physically tired, then a walk with slow songs, like slow.
Lo-fi.
No, not lo-fi. But I've been
Wait, what
recently
is
listening to
lo-fi?
Javed Bashir songs a lot.
What?
Nice.
Javed Bashir songs.
Wow.
And then yeah, very slow. And or
His music taste is good.
drives alone. And Carter Road pe there's this 10 rupee coffee you get. It tastes like coffee bite. So just I go there from Marol to there just to have that coffee and then I'll come back.
But you can sleep after coffee.
Yeah. Immediately.
Funny.
Yeah, man.
I can't sleep after
I can
coffee.
sleep
Supposed to do the ulta.
Ulta. You also sleep after coffee.
Yeah, black coffee
But
ke baad bhi I can
you
sleep.
can say sleep after coffee, Pepsi, Limca, Pulse, water, doodh.
Pulse.
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 Pulse. Great.
Approved.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate you
us.
coming. Always a pleasure. The last time we did a podcast, so much of it was Richa's love letter to you, by the way. I don't know. She said some lovely things about you. So I'm very glad that we've done this together and really looking forward to everything that you guys do henceforth. I have a feeling it's going to be as iconic
Thank
and
you.
you know,
Thank you.
cult-like as the others have been. So excited and congratulations on a fabulous movie. And
Thank you.
Thank
girls
you.
will be girls.
Girls will be girls.
Girls
Yeah.
will be
Girls,
girls.
yeah.
All about girls.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
all about girls. We have little
Yay.
presents. You
Yay.
can, as the young, amazing, fit dude, do me the honor of passing them
Passing
on.
them on.
Rapid
Wow.
fire.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all
Yay.
right.
So
Oh.
sweet.
These are
My
the
God, that's like a lifetime
Wow.
supply of pulse.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wait, what?
There you go.
Thank you.
Wow.
ओ भाई साहब ये सीरियस है
There's Imli
Gold
candy
mold.
and
ये मतलब रिलेशनशिप है
Wow, so
This
many
is
flavors.
crazy stuff.
Sweetness की भी sweetness.
Yeah. Oh,
गोलमोल इमली
my bag is breaking.
है ना
Yeah.
Can I taste one?
Thank you. This is so sweet.
pleasure.
Golmol.
And hopefully we'll see you again
Yes.
Yeah, he
with
always,
something very interesting.
yeah.
Yes. Before 7 p.m.
Yeah, whenever.
Thank you.
For you,
Thank
Richa,
you.
I'll stay up.
Aw.
You're totally,
When
totally
you come
worth the
to
wait.
Bombay again,
Yeah.
say.
This
Yeah.
was in Bombay you guys did
Yeah.
ना
Yeah, we did in
that's what I was
Bombay.
thinking,
अरे
like,
I remember uncle आ गए थे चाबी किसी के पास नहीं थी
तभी I was
I
wondering
started
why in
getting
Delhi you were
calls
like worried
and I took a cab back from there. I remember walking down from some, I think Lakshmi Industrial Estate. Your dad had arrived. There was no driver.
भाई मेरा
was
focus
cab
इस
and
पे
I-
चला गया
है
अभी
ना? The color.
Dinner हो गया आज का.